I'm here to show off the final version of the game I've got going on. I've decided to name it Wrath Dungeon. Um, and I created a menu setting as well here, as you can see. The mouse input is being able to put in, and this image in the background was royalty free. And you can hit start or quit. Just for example, I'll hit quit, and the game stops. And if I hit play again, it'll start the menu over again, and I can hit start, and it should take me to the first level. And so, taking a look here, I've not made too many changes on this first level, because I feel like it was pretty solid originally. You can see the cutscene. That was one of the major focal points I wanted to focus on for this next project, was introducing small little camera cutscenes and learning, mostly overall learning level sequencing, because I've never worked with it before. And I'm really happy with how the smooth this turned out, and just kind of like if you were like a floating spirit and now you've taken over the body. And you can walk around here, and the main concept has been the same. Go around the level, find the 3 buttons, and press them, and get it good. And I wanted to keep it simple. This is my first time ever working with Unreal Engine and game design in general. And I just feel like overall this was just a huge learning opportunity for me to open up to what I can be able to do for future courses. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I know Project 3 was kind of more of a step back and just trying to perfect these small things that makes games more in-depth, like menus. As you saw, there was the menu. That took a little bit of programming, surprisingly. And just the transitions and adding atmosphere with the music and even the steps. I feel like this is overall makes for a really good experience. And I will be showing off the blueprints I made for the level sequencing and also the menu. But first, let me just go ahead and just show off the game like normal. As I mentioned, not too much has changed. Come over here, start the next level. I did change one thing to where, after testing, a couple enemy placements at the lava section at the top caused the character to kind of go off into space. And so I didn't want that to happen, because I feel like that could really just turn off for somebody. And so I just really didn't want to do this. And I don't think I've ever shown... Whoops. I don't think I've ever shown this off. But the reason you want to go up top and hit that button first is because if you try to go up, just explore and go up the stairs, you're going to see this is walled off. And you would not be able to go through. And the button actually down there is the one that turns it off. Opens the door, essentially. But I'll go ahead and just change the pace a little bit. I usually go in order, but I want to do a little different this time. And just go for this one first, because that's the fun thing is, there's not too many limitations of what you can and can't do first. And that's really what I wanted to do. Is like, so if somebody doesn't really feel like doing platforming, and they just want to do a timing section, they're more than welcome to. As you can also see, like, one of the doors moved over to the side, which is the point. And then we hop over here and just some more platforming. And one thing I did have from my heuristics exam when people were playing this, they were saying that when people tried to, they would fall over here and get stuck. And so now I made it to where you can't really get over it to avoid people getting stuck. I did implement a hitting the F key kills you in case things like this were to happen. So if I'm like over here and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do, I can hit F. And it sends me back to the last checkpoint. Kind of just a fail-safe in case things do go wrong, because in the world of gaming, nothing is ever perfect. And I still have these little timing lava bubbles, because I just think that's adds a little bit more challenge. And then if you want to come over here and get the rest of the gems, as I said, whoops, again, I didn't really implement a requirement for the gems. They were just kind of a fun completionist choice that I enjoyed. And then one other thing I did want to point out is the sky, actually. I found a really nice asset for different skies, and I feel like this is really pretty instead of the normal just blue sky. And we come over here to the lore of these cat people, who I have called the Wrath. This is the main Wrath here, as we also saw in his Alchemist Cave. He's coming to take you out of his dungeon. And these are his just little worshippers, and they kind of just fly around, and I just think it's a really cool thing, and I would love to build upon the lore of this more, and just come here, and you win. And so for the blueprints, I'll go ahead and show off first the level blueprint here for the transition level, or the menu. It wasn't too difficult to do, a little tedious because I had to create the widget as well, and essentially this just tells it to go onto the viewport, and I did have to create another level for more seamless transitions. And so the menu, there's literally just one level for the menu. You come over here, and the thing I had to do to make sure it actually did carry over the level was do a sequence. There's a lot going on here. So the sequence is connected to the level sequencer. That's one thing I had to also do is when I created the level sequence here. This is the blueprint to have the level sequence play. And then the 2 is getting the player controller back after the cutscene is over. With level 2, I'll show off the same thing. This is how it looks like by itself when you create the level sequence and you play it. I'll show off how the level sequencing kind of works. So if I go over here to cutscenes, opening cutscene, and you can kind of see here, you can have to set the transform, and I have it to where whenever I move the camera, it would set a new point. And so this was really fun to learn, and I really hope I can learn to do it more. I also added fade. That was something I did find out about as well, which I also think is really cool. And so I'm just really excited I got to learn about this and continue to grow, and this is the first completed game I've pretty much done. There's a beginning, there's an end, and there's a little bit of a story if you're creative. And of course there's my own headcanon and stuff, but I really enjoyed making Wrath's Dungeon, and this is definitely not the last I'll see of it. I might improve it more, play it, show it off, but I just really am proud of everything that I've been able to accomplish. So thank you, and I can't wait to show off more.